As mentioned in the introduction, for the course, the term entrepreneur will generally be used to refer to entrepreneur and intrapreneur. Indeed, the entrepreneurial logic is not only applicable to new initiatives, it can also be applied to a company that has been in business for many years and which wants to improve the strategic management of its research and development. We will start by desacralizing the term entrepreneur. Take a minute to think about the first terms that come to mind when defining the character of an entrepreneur and the adventure of an entrepreneurship. Did you come up with words such as superhero, visionary, and great idea? Some myths surround the term entrepreneur. However, you will see that entrepreneurs are just like you and me. We will begin by demonstrating this to you so that you feel less inhibited and more free to take an adventure of managing a project leading to the development of a new business or new activity. The aim of this first course is to present a theory known as the effectuation theory. Effectuation is the logic of action as put into practice by experienced entrepreneurs. This theory formulates 5 principles of action undertaken by entrepreneurs to improve a new business or activity's prospect of success. First, we will present 5 myths which surround entrepreneurship. This part will be followed by a detailed presentation of the 5 principles of effectuation, which breaking with the misconceptions usually associated with the entrepreneur. These 5 principles will give you a new way of addressing the management of an innovative project from a tried and tested entrepreneurial perspective. Myth number 1. The entrepreneurs like to take risks. It's wrong. Entrepreneurs don't like risks. However, they accept them as unavoidable and they try to control them. But how can they control the risk? They do this by defining a level of acceptable risk, and for this level of risk, they try to increase their gain. Entrepreneurs define a level of acceptable risk by putting a cap on the level of investment, progressing by steps, by sharing the risk. Myth number 2. It is necessary to have a great idea in order to start. The entrepreneurs are visionaries. Wrong. The entrepreneurial adventure rarely starts with a visionary idea. An entrepreneur can be visionary, but this vision comes most often as a result of the development process thanks to the interaction with stakeholders and the evolution of the market. As far as you are concerned, this observation implies that it is not necessary to have a great idea or even any idea at all to start. The project may seem unoriginal to you or it may already exist, but the essential is how you will translate it into reality. You should move quickly from a theoretical stage to action in order to confront your idea to reality and thereby allow it to rapidly evolve depending on the first feedback from your stakeholders. Working in real conditions will help to push forward your project. This will most probably include failures, but what's most important is your ability to bounce back from failures that will enable the idea to progress and gradually stabilize around a small number of elements, and then make the project real to gradually flesh out the vision. Myth number 3. The entrepreneurs are experts forecast. Wrong. Entrepreneurs don't predict the future but try to control it by acting directly on it. Entrepreneurs usually ignore the trends forecasted by experts. What does this entail for you? Consider that no trend is inevitable. Avoid market studies because they are full of expert forecasts. Ignore what is obviously only trendy now and avoid predictions. This will prevent you from being excessively optimistic or pessimistic about the future. Start modestly by transforming the environment nearest to you first. Myth number 4. The entrepreneurs are kinds of superheroes. Wrong. No study has ever demonstrated that entrepreneurs have outstanding abilities and no typical profile is apparent. Beware of biographies that underline the extraordinary talent of their subject. Entrepreneurship is open to everyone. Entrepreneurial activity is universal. There is a very wide variety of profiles, such as young and older people, women and men, and etc. The entrepreneurial spirit is not limited to the creation of an innovative business. It concerns also the creation of a new activity inside a company. This is what we call entrepreneurship. So now you better understand why we told you in the introduction that the two terms entrepreneur and intrapreneur are used indistinctly on our e-learning platform. Myth number 5. Entrepreneurs are lone geniuses. Wrong. Entrepreneurship is a social exercise. As the entrepreneur is not a superhero, he cannot succeed alone. Besides, the entrepreneur compensates for his or her shortcomings by the choice of his or her partners. These observations show us that you have to know how to surround yourself with the right partners to get the necessary skills. You need to develop good leadership skills in order to federate stakeholders. You should acquire the ability to manage the team during difficult times. We have finished detailing the myths surrounding entrepreneurship. At the beginning of this presentation, did you agree with those myths? I guess most of you did agree with them. So now, let's take a look at the 5 principles of effectuation. You will understand further why the myths were wrong.